Guys, Mr. Logic is in the news again, and this time not good at all for him. No, 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 it's not good at all. So he's been accused with a lot of things. Yes, and if you remember, last year June, he been accused. They took him to court. He appeared in court that he had defrauded an American artist, with the artist supposed to be his artist. Now the guy took him to court that is accusing Mr. Logic of taking about $21,000 and some CDs. Yes. Before I go to the story, please kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, comment, and share, and please press the notification bell for me. So every video I post, you'll be the first person to see the video. Thank you very much. Let's go on to the story.
Throughout this whole thing, Mr. Logic has been threatening my life.
Don't step to Ghana. I'll fucking murder you.
You're serious right now?
I'm telling you the truth. Yes, it's gonna get very bloody for you.
Good, because I'm recording. I'm recording this too.
You better.
I'm recording this conversation.
Record it.
And it will be sent to the police.
Last year, Mr. Logic appeared in court. Yes, because like I said, his own artist Corey. His name is Corey. He's an American. He lives in America, so he took Mr. Logic to court. That Mr. Logic took $21,000 from him for just what? Permit, work permit, and resident permit. And at the same time, Mr. Logic again took 45,000 Ghana cedis. Remember, $21,000 and then 48,000 Ghana cedis. And the 48,000 Ghana cedis, is, according to him, Mr. Logic said is for tax. When the guy too comes around, the guy can feel free as an artist to walk around him. Mr. Logic is going to take him around to radio station, TV station, even shows, so that the guy will feel safe. Yes, that's what the reason why Mr. Logic appeared in court. $21,000 and 48,000 Ghana cedis. Yes. He didn't see the work permit nor the resident permit. He didn't see it, but he ended up paying all this amount. Anyway, but this time it's not Corey. It is Mo Spence, his own artist, who is a Canadian who stays in Canada. She is accusing Mr. Logic a whole lot. And the most biggest part is that she said Mr. Logic threatened to kill her whenever she stepped in Ghana or she comes to Ghana. Mr. Logic said he will kill her. And there's an audio to it. When Mr. Logic was saying it, he said he will going to kill her whenever she comes to Ghana. He will murder her. He will murder her. That's what Mr. Logic said. And she made a whole lot of accusation. Like I said, Mr. Logic, we are yet to hear Mr. Logic explanation, because what the lady is saying is seriously. According to her, Mr. Logic said they should go to South Africa to shoot a video. So she took the lead, and she was there first week, second week, third week, 1 month. Mr. Logic is not staying in South Africa. So she called Mr. Logic and she said, okay, if you are not coming, you are not serious. I'm coming back to Ghana. And Mr. Logic said, no, hold on, I'm coming. And she said, okay. Truly, Mr. Logic came. When Mr. Logic came, remember, the whole 1 month she was there, she was the one paying for her own hotel, everything, food, hotel, instead of the record label. Because as a record label, when you sign someone, you have to take care of all these things. But she is the one paying for all these things. So when Mr. Logic came, still, she is the one paying for everything. And the most annoying part, according to her, is Mr. Logic will sit down, eat all her food, sleep, and done nothing. And she doesn't know what is going on. Like Mr. Logic is not saying anything.
So I go on my own, and I'm there, and 1 week goes by, and nothing's happening. Because he told me that while I'm there, I can still do this stuff. Like he will arrange for everything to happen. He will arrange for the video director, for the radio stuff. Like he said, like he has everything arranged. All I need to do is just show up and do my job, and then move on to the next thing. So 1 week goes by, nothing. 2 weeks go by, nothing. 3 weeks go by, nothing. I'm just stuck in South Africa, paying all these hotel bills, paying for my food, like just wasting money, because I'm just sitting there doing nothing. Because he's like, soon, okay, soon, don't worry, this day. Like he just kept prolonging everything. Then he decides to message me and tell me, oh, by the way, we're not doing Be Happy anymore. You're going to be shooting another music video for two other songs. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this guy is just playing around now. He's just playing with me. He's toying with me. I don't like this. This was not the plan. Then he told me, like, in the first month, I ended up being there now for 1 month. I'm there for 1 month, and I'm like, look, I'm running out of money. I need to go back to Ghana because clearly everything is not going the way it's supposed to go. He's like, don't worry. He's like, by the way, I'm coming. He said he's coming. He's going to come and join me. So I said, oh, okay. All right. He's like, when I come, don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. So he ends up, a whole month later, he ends up coming to South Africa and joining me in South Africa. When he says, like, okay, when I come, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. When he got to South Africa, still, nothing happened. Nothing happened. It got so bad that he's like, look, I need to stay in your Airbnb with you, right? So, I left the hotel to go to an Airbnb to see if I can save a little bit of money. This man came into my Airbnb, and all he was doing all day was watching Netflix and eating the food that I bought, okay, and that I was cooking. He was living off of me and just eating my food, and nothing was getting done. So I started to get very frustrated with him, very angry and upset. And I said, wow, you're a real big disappointment. What kind of manager are you? This is terrible. And I started to have to do his work for him. So I started looking for radio stations, music video directors, TV people. I started looking for them, and I started contacting them, sending messages, making phone calls. I was the one doing all that stuff. I was setting it all up because he wasn't doing it. Then he started to get upset with me, telling me that I'm doing his job for him and he needs me to stop doing his job. I said, well, if you do your job, then I won't have to do your job for you. What's the point in signing me just to take my money and sit around and do nothing? So it got to the point where I said, you know what, I'm done. I cannot pay for any more Airbnbs. I cannot pay for any more food. You have to start paying because you brought me out here. You told me to come out here. You pay for it. So we ended up going to a new spot. We had to go to this hotel, and he couldn't even last a whole week. He was always complaining, oh, it's too expensive. Oh my God. It was always like he was just bitching and complaining all the time about how he can't pay for it. It's too expensive. So I'm like, oh, okay. And if I was to complain, oh my goodness, you should see how he was just yelling at me and mistreating me because I was complaining about how expensive this was and this is not what I came out here for. He was just yelling down my throat. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, who are you? Who are you? Who is this person? So he was treating the hotel staff horribly. He was abusing them. He was talking to me all kinds of ways, talking to me like I'm a piece of crap. I'm like, what the heck happened? Who is this guy? You know, his whole demeanor just changed. Everything about him just turned into this ugly person. So it got to the point where he was just fed up and he didn't want to pay for my hotel stay and he didn't want to pay for my food, that he actually left me and abandoned me at the hotel. He ended up driving off in some white car with some Indian woman. And that was the last I saw. Well, that wasn't the last I saw of him, but yeah, he went off with some Indian lady. And he left me with the remainder of the hotel bill because he didn't pay for it. He didn't finish paying the bill. He couldn't. He just refused to. He didn't want to. So I had to end up paying for the rest of the hotel bill, and then I had to go and get my own Airbnb for the rest of the time that I was there. I was there for 3 months, okay? Knowing that my family is back home in Ghana waiting for me. Another thing that happened while we were...
Yeah, so when they had this fight, after that they met at a grocery. So she now told Mr. Logic that Mr. Logic need to get a what's her name, ticket to go back to Ghana. Yes. So she had this kind of fight with Mr. Logic, and then Mr. Logic came out with a story that her permit has expired, and she was like, "What the heck? Why? What do you mean by my permit has expired?" I said, "Yes, because when you go to Ghana, because you don't have a permit, you can't work as an artist. You can't live there. You can't live in Ghana as an artist. Blah 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 blah. So kind of thing." So the girl ended up going to Canada. So that's where she went to Canada, and now it's time for her to come back to Ghana because she's been in Canada for so long, and now she's not hearing from Mr. Logic. So she called Mr. Logic and said, "Mr. Logic, now I have to come back to Ghana."
So he said, I don't even know why I agreed to this, but he told me, okay, what he's going to do, because he told me that he was going to get my permit done with the immigration lady. Like she will do it and get the permit, and when I get to Ghana, she will put the sticker in my passport, right? That was the agreement. And I said, okay, fine. Once you do that, I will purchase my ticket and then I will, head back to Ghana. And he's like, no, he was just trying to convince me like what I need to do. I don't know why. What I need to do is send him the ticket money because he can get me a good discount with his person. And the reason why I believed it is because we've done it multiple times. Like, this is something that we have done before multiple times. So I said, okay, you know what? He has gotten me some really good deals, and I will send him my plane ticket money along with, I guess that's when he would give me the permit information and some safe to board thing that he was talking about. He said I need to do some kind of safe to board. I'm like, I don't even know why. I'm like, all I need is my permit. Okay, so stupid me went and I sent him my ticket money, believing that he will do it, like get my ticket and then get my permit and add it to my ticket, and then all I need to know is just what day I'm going. So this is September, okay? The whole of September goes by, nothing happens. And I'm like asking him, what's going on? This time my family is pressuring me. Monique, you need to get back to Ghana. You have Victoria there, you have Grandpa there, they need you. They're vulnerable. Obviously, I know, like, they're vulnerable in Ghana by themselves. Yes, Claudia is there, to take care of them, but this is not Claudia's job, and we did not agree for Claudia to be taking care of them for this long. Like, this was not the agreement. And the sad part is Mr. Logic knew all of this. Boy, so October comes now, and still, there's no work permit, all this. So I'm like, okay, look, Mr. Logic, you know what? Just send me back my money. I'm going to find.
So after all this pressure, she now give up and she now loses. She said, okay, boss, give me my money. Yes, because I can see like you are not ready to help me. So just give me my money. I need my money so that I can do everything by myself. And then Mr. Logic said, okay, because the woman said, give me my money because you promised me a work permit. I didn't get it, and now plane ticket, I didn't get it. So just give me my money back. And then Mr. Logic got angry. As usual, he will get angry. And Mr. Logic said that he used her money to pay. Remember the American guy I told, Corey, who took Mr. Logic to court? Mr. Logic said he used the money to pay the American guy because he doesn't want the court problem on his head to be going up and down. So he used this lady most spends her money to American guy people. And she said she didn't believe it because she also contacted the police officer, the woman who is in charge on that case. So she managed to get the number and contact the woman. And the woman said, no, Mr. Logic never paid any money. He never paid any money. And this is serious. Mr. Logic never paid anybody. That's why you saw. So whatever Mr. Logic was saying, she knows it's a lie. The annoying part here is when the girl was in Accra here, she rented a house. Yes, so she paid 2 years. She gave the money to Mr. Logic to rent the place for her because her daughter, her father, and the mother, they were all here, so they were staying there. Yes, so she was back in Canada. So she was there when she had a call that the landlord is sacking her. Them want to move them out of the house. So she was like, how? What the heck? Why? So she placed a call to Mr. Logic, and she told Mr. Logic, Master, I let the landlord want to sack us. Why is that? Because I know I don't owe the landlord. I pay. She said, the landlord have to give the room to his brother. So they have to move out, and then they say, how come? If you want to sack us, then you should pay me the remaining balance because it's not up to date. Like this, not knowing Mr. Logic hasn't paid the whole 2 years the girl has been giving him. He hasn't paid. That one too, shoot, he has chopped the money. Your man chopped the money. He didn't pay. So the landlord have no choice because according to her, it got to a time Mr. Logic stopped the landlord from coming to the house. Can you believe it? So that means I don't know the kind of story Mr. Logic was giving to the owner of the house. You don't know. So he have no choice but to pack them out. And that led to another issue again.
A lot of money to get it done, to be under his company as his employees. Like I said, we went to that new house in Accra, basically in Accra or in anywhere in Ghana, what they do is they want you to pay for the year up front, right? They don't do like monthly rent. So we had to pay for a whole year up front. So we did that, right? We paid for 1 year, and then the 1 year went up, and now we're going into the second year, so we paid for the second year. What we did not know was that man, Mr. Logic, he was paying himself instead of paying the landlord the money. And the thing is, I found out later on that the landlord was complaining a lot and was very upset, but Mr. Logic would always stop the landlord from coming to the house. He did not want us to have any interaction with the landlord whatsoever. Okay, so, boy, it was just a big mess. Then we met a beautiful family from America who basically through our channel, we met an American family, we became good friends, we started to work together, and Mr. Logic stepped in and said that he could do the same thing for them, get them a work permit under his company, which they agreed as well. And long story short, he ended up going to court because they ended up taking him to court for defrauding them for this work permit. And basically he did the same thing to me and my family as well. He defrauded us out of thousands of dollars, just like he did with the American family. So now basically we have no work permit. We have no work permit, and we noticed that all of a sudden Mr. Logic has a new car, he has a new house, okay? And he's all of a sudden he's living this lavish life. Okay, so now as time goes by, you know, we're starting the music. So, you know, I'm getting into the studio, I'm recording.
So all these things make the girl angry because she doesn't understand anything. One, her work permit, she didn't receive anything. You took money from her, rent, her plane ticket, all these things. So she got angry, and then because remember all this money was the part of the money Mr. Logic said he sent to the American guy. So the lady have to call the immigration officer or about for the what's the name the work permit. When she placed the call to the immigration officer, the person said, no, Mr. Logic, he himself, we are looking for him. There's an arrest warrant on him. We want to arrest him. So for all this while, that's the case. For all this while, Mr. Logic was on run. He's hiding because remember, Mo Spence has not been seeing Mr. Logic. Anybody has not been seeing Mr. Logic. So that means he was on run because according to the immigration officer, they have an arrest warrant on him because you took 3 years. You said you are going to do 3 years permit, work permit for, and you did only 1 year, which has expired long time because she doesn't understand. If she pay, imagine you pay 3 years, and within a year they say your this thing have expired. Will you believe it? So you also need to dig in and go inside and find out what is going on. That's exactly what she did, and she now got to find out a whole lot. And all this thing, Mr. Logic wasn't happy. He's getting angry. One thing I can say about Mr. Logic is that this is not you. You understand that Mr. Logic we know won't be involving in this kind of scandals like defrauding people, scamming people. No, this is not Mr. Logic. So please, Mr. Logic, please try and pay the people and free yourself because this tag on you is a no. Why do Mr. Logic? Like I said, Mr. Logic, I know. Me have met Mr. Logic like let's see 3 times before. I met him. He's one of the people I can say they speak their mind, they speak sense. Like he's a good person when you are talking to him one-on-one. He's a good person. So me hearing these things like someone accusing him of scamming them, like it's another thing. Like it's very bad. I don't know what to say. Like why, Mr. Logic, you for involve yourself in this kind of thing? At least the work permit do for the lady. What the name? Resident permit do for the lady. If you do it, cry, and you even charge more than that, cry, that one nobody. If the person get angry, you say you want work permit, I've given it to you. You want a resident permit, I've given it to you. So what's the problem? You understand that one day, but none of it came. You took her passport. What's the name? This you took her plane ticket. You didn't give it to her. You chopped the money, and you are giving her a story like, oh, I used the money to pay the American people because of the court case. I have to pay them to remove some kind of pressure on my head. She found out nothing. You didn't pay. So all this money, what were you using it for? Like I said, this is not mythology. Please try and come back again. Please solve this case and just free your name so that you can work freely. How?